What's up, Night Owls? I'm Al Jackson, as you can see. What up, my man? I'm here with my favorite ladies, Sam Shaka.
Are you going to talk about our outfits?
You look like you are in a preppy Russian army capital, then. Erica Cobb and Jeff Schroeder. How are you doing?
We don't get an Al
I know.
Jackson.
Okay,
Erica
fine.
definitely has a moment.
She's
right
in like a 90s music video and giving me a boner.
Well, I'm glad that I'm in a 90s music video
No, you look
because
like
I
you're
am
from Paris.
preparing for Mary J. Blige tonight.
Ooh.
now. Mary J. Blige.
Yes, I'm very excited. So I'm in my real love era.
And which song is going to get you the most pumped when she starts to
Oh
sing
man, probably Real Love,
Okay.
but Not Gonna Cry, I Will Cry.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Man, Be Without You. There's so Mary J. Blige.
I still love No
is
More
the
Drama.
GOAT.
I know that
That's
was like
what I
her
was gonna
main
say.
drama,
That's what I
but
was gonna
still,
say.
Oh
like,
my God.
That's what I was going to say.
What's the 411 era?
Oh,
You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Mary J is the queen. I am so excited. I got my hands on these tickets. I literally bought them this morning. So, yeah, I'm
but she
so
does
excited.
look like she's also Parisian. I
Oh
feel
my
like.
God, the whole thing.
Parisian.
It's like a look. It's a vibe. I'm Al
Oh, cool
Jackson.
shirt.
Just a little
Did you
late.
make it?
Just a little late. No, Tori
No, you're
needs to
still
sit
in
here
the yeah.
'cause
You're
you-
still in the
yeah.
in the driving
All right,
seat.
we're gonna do a little. I'm so
Sorry.
And then,
very
so
professional in here,
Tori
guys.
gave us looks, but we have yet to do Jeff. So you have to do Jeff's look.
Mine's basic bitch.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, here comes Al.
Okay.
And
First
look
of
at how
all,
fabulous Erica looks.
oh
Can we
my
talk
God,
about it?
You
I
guys,
know.
you guys all look great.
Really?
You didn't
Yes.
really look
Okay,
at me
do
when
all
you
of
said
us.
it. Yeah.
Do all of
yeah,
us.
Yeah,
All right,
Just
I'll-
start over.
Jeff.
Just
Start
start
over.
over.
Start over.
Start over.
Welcome to Daytime Talk After Dark. My name is Al Jackson. I'm late AF, but that doesn't matter because I'm with my peoples.
That's right.
5 of them, in fact, 4. Little math problem for you. Sam Shocker in the building.
What am I wearing?
You are honestly, you look like an assistant district attorney in Legally Blonde 3.
I was like, is there a Legally Blonde 3?
There is now.
There is
Yes.
now.
Yep. Okay.
Tori.
Hey.
Hey, you look like you were on those old Maury shows, Geek to Chic. Remember? But you're the chic now.
Okay.
Remember when people would challenge, they'd be like,
uncomfortable.
Jeff, you made fun of me in high school, but now I'm
Oh,
all
I had to
that.
grow up?
Yep.
Do you remember those shows?
I remember like
yeah.
the Ugly Duckling or something.
Yes,
Was
that's
that
what he's
so-
saying.
I
I'm
was
a swan now.
obsessed with
That's
the
what I
swan.
get.
That's what he's saying.
But
I'm
they
a
called
swan.
it every
It
show.
wasn't on Maury Povich.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did on Maury.
They
as well.
all had their little foray. Remember, there was like the
Ricky
teen
Lake
boot
started
camp.
it, I think.
There was that genre. There was the Geek to Chic. All those. Anyway,
Erica's turn.
Erica just looks like she got a small business loan to open a poetry slam cafe.
Very accurate, except it was a very large.
Yes, thank
Poetry
you.
slam.
Absolutely. And Jeff looks like you're dressed like every guy when you scroll too far down on CNN, and at the end of the page, and it's just like an ad for like ripped 50-year-old guys.
Okay.
You know,
Let's
or
take
like
it down a notch.
yeah, you know those ads that are like they're clearly just paying for the site at that point.
Yeah.
I'm Al Jackson. I am happy to be here.
Al giving his best Dave Chappelle,
Yes.
who was at the NAACP Image Awards
What?
this weekend.
Did he speak?
Yes. Yeah, he was honored. Not Entertainer of the Year, Legacy. Anyway, he was honored.
Okay.
That is very Chappelle.
Yes.
I could see he has started dressing like the last tour in Vietnam.
Yeah.
He's been doing
No,
that
the
for, like,
last, the one a couple when you had the Chappelle one,
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah.
the army.
the
Yeah.
patch.
Yeah, he's going to have such an interesting legacy. I had a really cool experience with him for the NBA All-Star game maybe 5 years ago. It was in New Orleans. After the after party, he just they did a show, and then he was like, there are 3 large buses. Everybody at the show got in the bus, and we went 50 miles outside of New Orleans. Like there were signs for like watch for gators, and they took everybody's phone, and everybody just partied in there. And I realized like I was the least famous person in there by a million miles, and I was just talking to like ESPN because they were all there. And it was he's gonna have such an interesting legacy because he's
He
he's
was just
polarizing, but a comic kind of has to be a great.
He was
one.
just smoking weed with Bieber outside at Barney's Beanery at West Hollywood,
Barney's.
and we've all been there.
So I
Really?
miss
Yes,
Barney's
I've smoked
Beanery.
many a joint outside
Shout
of
out
Barney's
to
Beanery.
Barney still
Shout out
hanging.
to
Oh,
Barney's.
Chappelle and Bieber.
Damiana says that Chappelle won the President's Award for Comedy Excellence at
incredible.
NAACP
Oh,
Image
all right.
Awards. Shout out to all the winners. I got to hang out in LA this weekend during NAACP Image Awards, which is very different when you don't have a nomination.
You didn't have to be nervous and have
you
a
could
schedule.
relax.
You could just kind of fun. But you had a schedule because you were working.
Yeah, I was working, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
the weekend is
I was
much
gonna
different.
say, is it
when
that
you're-
vibe when you all go to the club and your friend is in the VIP, but like they can't get you in, so you're like, no, I'm fine out here, and you're just wandering around looking at them. I'm good. These are my people.
How can I support?
I wanted to say, really, I thought about Jeff this weekend because I was in Iowa, and before I left, I had the biggest old man moment, Sam.
Why did you
that's
think about
ever,
Jeff?
Because it was something
Rude.
that he
we're
would
getting
relate
old.
to. Bro, I went to go get some ice melt to put down before I left because I want to get dinged by the city. I picked it up. I definitely slipped a disc in my back. And I was so hurt that I could not move.
Yeah.
And the guy that walked me over there, because I asked where it was, and like he was expecting me to pick it up and put it in my thing, but when I picked it up, I really hurt myself. So then I just put it down and stood there. And he was like, "Do you need help?" And I was like, "No." And I just stood there because I didn't have enough in me to be like, "I'm really hurt.
How are you
You're old
now?
enough to be my son." I'm good now, but I drove this weekend in some of the worst back pain. So I feel better. So shout out to
Woo,
those
you're
thermocare
lucky.
wraps.
It's so
Those
true.
really work.
As we age, though, like it's crazy.
Lift with the knees, girl.
It's not even that. Like sometimes I'll just like grab something and then I'm like, oh, what happened?
I hurt myself. I told you playing kickball last summer.
no,
Yeah, playing adult kickball I told you the story.
I don't
didn't
remember.
Please.
Oh, I don't know. We were drinking, and I was stretching
your
out
neighborhood?
in my neighborhood, and it was adult kickball. It's like boys and girls, and everyone
Boys
was
and
there.
girls. What are we, 7?
I don't know what to say now anymore. Every time I get in
Men
this
and
chair, I'm
women.
like, everyone was there, all of them. So it was husbands and wives, whatever. And anyways, I kicked the ball and I hurt my hip, and it's still, I still like have to like stretch out before I work out because it's tweaked a little bit.
Is it your groin? Why do you keep pointing
Yeah,
there?
hip.
Yeah, right, like on my hip, like
that's
right
where mine
here.
was.
Like
mine
right
was
there.
lower back and right
Yeah.
there, and I was like, "Where at a hernia?" It's very sad. I also have a friend that ruptured both his Achilles playing adult kickball, so it's not that. Yes,
And I was stretching out, and people were making fun of me, and they're like, "What are you stretching out for?" I'm like, "Someone's gonna get hurt," and I was the one who got hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wait, kickball, because isn't kickball, don't you have to have a board to kick?
Are you not familiar
It's like
with
baseball,
this
but you
concept?
kick it.
Baseball, but I remember
It's a
kickball
giant
as
rubber
a
ball.
I remember kickball as a kid where we had this big board and then you kick the ball on different corners of the board.
That's
That
not
is
called
not
kickball.
What is that called?
Yeah.
Kookball.
That is
Yeah,
absolutely.
it is.
No, I'm
There's
from
something
Santa
wrong with
Cruz.
that.
We call other people
I know,
kooks.
I know.
You can't use that on me.
Sam's
Yeah, that's where
parents
you're
just like
from.
made up games to get her away from them.
called- This
was
Go
at
downstairs and
school.
play football.
No, this was at school, and I dominated that board.
What do you think kickball is?
That a big board where you kick it on the board.
Where do the other players come in?
There's one other player next to you.
Really, just
And-
one-on-one kickball.
So it's like handball with a kicking.
Yes, or maybe.
That sounds
of
very
handball.
kookball.
Do not, no, Erica. I
Do you
want to
use
know.
your hands or
What do
you
you
don't?
think, Sam?
No, is this handball?
You have a bet?
No, you use your.
Are you trying to make a GIF?
Okay, it was handball, and this was the move.
Were you at medieval times?
This
What
was
is
the
she?
Everyone needs to acknowledge Ed. People are saying Alan Tori had really good shows last week. And I just
my
wanna
God.
Say,
Oh,
had
she
it-
had to
they
text
were
me
great.
about it, by the way.
Really good. People are writing in.
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
and
me.
Tori had to text me, and then she texted the group today that they've had the best shows they've ever had.
By far,
when it
we
was
went
just
up.
her
We
and
went
Al.
up thousands of views.
That's great.
thousands. We made like tens of dollars, like dozens of dollars.
No, we appreciate y'all holding.
Yeah,
it
Yes,
thank you for
you
holding
know.
we
it.
do.
Thank you.
This has been a very steady carousel.
That's right. Mac and cheese was there holding it
Should
down.
we tell Al what you told us, or do you want to?
Can you just say it instead of going through a
No.
game of telephone
No, because-
involving just two people?
No, because you know what, Al? I'm trying to be respectful to my friend who might not want to talk about
I'm
it.
not done with the fact you don't know what kickball is. She said it's one-on-one in the basement.
I never said said the basement.
Yes,
I
you
pictured
did.
the
A
basement.
wall, a big wall.
did say basement,
At our
I think.
playground, we had a big wall, and that's how we played on the big wall. Okay, Tori, do you want to talk about what you told me?
What did I say?
What the big move is for you? It's a big move.
Florida?
Yes, tell
Sounds like
Al.
a
It's
big move. She
deal.
doesn't know.
It's
She had
a
to say it
big-
back to you like a stage daughter.
I'm
a big
going
deal.
to Florida by myself for a few days to chill out.
by herself.
I heard that's a big deal.
Oh, you already knew?
Well, she told me because she said she had never been to Miami. So
She's
that's
not going
Well,
to
she's
Miami.
not going to Miami.
I'm going to go to Miami on a train
you said
from
you're
Del
not-
Rey. There's a train to Miami.
Explain the whole thing because
Yeah.
I didn't hear any
Yeah.
of this.
And
So
she's also clearly making a lot of this up.
I'm not making it up.
I don't know who
She
just
said,
goes to Del Rey.
Yeah, and
but-
that's
There's a condo. There's a
This is-
condo my family has, and I'm going to the
Oh,
condo.
well, you have to include that.
God.
You
Okay,
have
I
to say,
just started.
I booked a
I'm
trip
so
at the
hot.
Paris.
I'm very
staying in my
uncomfortable.
parents'
Okay, and
place.
please don't
Yes.
give any more details,
Okay.
specific
Okay.
details.
Yeah.
Someone is gonna be like, I'm in
You
Del
look like
Rey.
you're about to
too."
fight a woman at the park.
You look like you're about to play a game of kickball by yourself against the wall.
Wait, this is a big deal for Tori. Tori
right, yeah,
doesn't
finish
like
the story, for
Tori
real.
doesn't like
So,
to do errands
I'm-
by
But you're
herself.
staying at your parents' house. That's
No,
not really
it's
a trip.
it's a condo. I've never been.
Is
and
anyone
I'm-
going to be there meeting
No,
you?
and it's just me. And then eventually there'll be some. My dad's gonna come down.
Oh.
but not for the first couple of days.
So someone's
you're meeting your
and
dad
you're
in Del
staying
Rey.
at your
That's
dad's
different.
house, and he's going to meet you there soon after you
Yeah,
arrive.
and my cousin's coming.
Oh my
That was very different than the story you presented.
my
before.
God.
Before you came here, Al, Tori made it sound like
Yeah.
she's having an eat, pray, love moment
Yeah.
In Del Rey.
in Del Rey by herself. Doing
I
this.
thought she had taken a lover in a pied de terre.
And I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, that's awesome
That
for
is
you.
cool.
Well, Jeff,
No, it's not as
Jeff,
cool as you
I thought it was
presented.
cool too when she told me last week she was going to Miami by herself for 7 days. That's the story
Really?
I
She's
thought
going
was
to
cool.
daddy's condo in Del Rey for
five-
2
5
days.
days.
Bye.
meeting daddy and her cousin.
and my cousin
Okay.
for 5 days.
Tori's like,
Oh
and the
my
housekeeper
God.
will be
So
there
you're
the whole
having
time.
lunch by yourself, and then everyone will be there.
At the
Okay, got
airport.
I'm
it.
going on the airport to by myself.
Make sure you
She
document
only
it.
gets there earlier because the rest of them have a layover.
We have to say though, it's a big deal for her to go to the
Huge,
airport by
yes.
herself. She got lost
I'm
last
proud of you.
time.
Oh
Yes.
my god, I got,
She got lost in
so
the airport.
lost when we went to Vegas. Someone saying, oh, Black Asian goes, oh, she didn't tell us that.
I think
She
you
said,
speak for everybody.
Black Asian says she is going solo to Miami to swim.
Thank you.
And Black
Thank
Asian
you.
is their handle.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're not saying that you are a Black Asian. We are
Otherwise,
just
we would have said Blasian.
That's right.
I would have.
Yes, you
Yeah,
would.
you
have.
can.
Tori wouldn't
I'm not
have.
the right
You can.
messenger.
I'm
I'm
not.
not the right messenger.
I wonder
Okay.
if Blasian's taken. So you just want to
sure
go
it is.
full Black
Okay.
Asian.
She goes,
All
didn't
right.
mention anything about
Well, we are
kinfolk
talking
joining.
about
joining.
Tori going down to Florida, but let's talk about some travel. Qatar Airways.
Qatar.
You know, you can say it both ways.
I think it is.
And when I was at CNN, you
Tell
can
us.
say it both ways, but the overall was Qatar.
Qatar, got it.
Qatar.
Qatar.
I like
Airlines.
Qatar.
Okay.
Aren't they like a tiny country with billions of
They have
dollars?
almost the highest GDP of any country.
I think they're like a super small.
Yeah, it's like
country.
Sultan of Brunei money.
Ugh, baller. Well,
Sorry.
I don't know if these folks were going or coming. I
do.
But Michael, Sam, do you want to talk about the story? I was just going to read their names.
Oh, you can. But you say you didn't know if they were coming or going. I sent the story. You should probably
I
read
read it. I'm sorry I didn't memorize their itinerary. It doesn't matter. They were sitting next to a dead person. Does it matter?
Okay,
if
don't
they-
you're
You're
giving
giving
it
it
away.
away.
I know. I did that on
You're
purpose.
not
I was
setting
spiteful.
it up. I'm mad at you.
I did that on purpose.
I'm mad
That's
at
how
you.
spiteful I am. Sam, talk to us about the
Oh,
story.
man.
Please tell
so
us, Sam.
this couple was about to enjoy a beautiful trip to Italy. Okay, and they were coming from Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Oh, you would know.
Put
'cause you
another
s-
shrimp on the barbie.
He did spend some time in,
I've been there
in
twice.
Australia.
It's
So it's
Melbourne.
Melbourne, not Melbourne.
Melbourne.
No,
Ooh.
really? We're
I
supposed to
think
say
it's-
Melbourne?
I think it's Melbourne.
I
I'm
promise
going
I
to
think he's
Sam.
getting back at you to Qatar thing.
I
or
promise
whatever.
It is
Melbourne.
Qatar, but it's Melbourne. But
It's not Melbourne.
Okay, what's the story?
All right, Louisville.
let me find it.
Okay, New Orleans.
Okay. All right. So this couple, I don't, you
Like
know
Nolans.
the names. I don't know their
Okay.
names, but this couple coming from Melbourne, Australia, going to Italy so they can enjoy. I think it was their honeymoon. Mm-hmm. And
Glad you got these details down. Jeff's already
Is
looking
that
out
guy's
the window.
honeymoon?
Yeah.
He can have a honeymoon.
Why can't he have a honeymoon?
All right, well,
he
I
looks
wouldn't
like a
highlight
defensive
it. It's like it
coordinator.
probably his
Okay,
eighth honeymoon.
so-
Who gives a
Oh
shit?
my
I'm
God.
gonna
What if
paint-
he's been lonely all of his life?
And then he'll
Yeah.
meet you in Florida.
Oh my God, jerk. Someone goes, just like Daily Blast Live days.
Okay.
So
Let's get to it.
She is falling head forward through this story.
I'm trying to, but everyone's interrupting.
Sorry.
Okay, so imagine this, Jeff. You're on your way to your honeymoon, and unfortunately, there is a sad, tragic part. A person did pass away.
Was it the person he's with because he's by himself?
No, I'll tell you why he's by himself.
Okay.
So the person passed away in the aisle next to him. According to whatever the FAA is over there, you're supposed to put the deceased individual in a chair next to as few people as possible. They put the deceased person.
Did they die in the chair on the plane?
No, they died in the aisle, right next to the
Oh,
couple.
and then he just picked them up and put them. I was on a flight once when someone died.
Me too.
I'll finish. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
after.
gosh,
He's
I
a
didn't know it was
Grim
that
Reaper.
common. So may this person rest in peace. This person was then put in the chair next to the couple, and then they cover the person per the FAA over there.
And you could see the blurriness. Yes. Okay.
Now, there were a lot of empty seats on this plane.
Shut
And so the couple
Shut
kept
up.
asking the flight attendants.
Dude, the cart lady's back there. I didn't even notice that. They're still taking drink
Still
orders.
serving.
And this couple claimed
Shout out,
serving
Qatar
alcohol.
Airline.
Airways,
All right.
Qatar Airways,
Which is a good airline.
I mean,
It
they're
is
like
a very good
they're,
airline.
they're like the mailmen of the air.
Yes.
okay.
So
Did you get the reference?
No.
No
Not at
sleet, no snow, no dead person. We're still serving drinks.
That's not part of the joke. That's not part of the
It
saying.
was pretty good. I just thought about it. If I workshopped it.
At the end, you were like, and then let me end this real quick.
Sorry, Sam.
Oh,
Go ahead.
someone said Qatar. Well, I'm sorry. I was
okay. You can say
I
it
was
either
told
way.
Qatar, but okay. Okay,
It
so
might be Cutter by the end of the story.
all right. So the couple
Somebody have a sheet for
continuously
me?
asked, can they please move?
Wow.
They allowed his fiance to move. Or
not him?
They allowed her to move because another passenger said, you can sit next to me in my empty seat. So she was able to move. He had to sit there next to the deceased person for 4 hours.
Stop it.
And even though the person was covered in the chair, he said that when the medvac came to go ahead and take care of the deceased person, that the blanket fell off.
Stop.
And
Stop.
Yes. And so it's very traumatic. That's number one. Number two, since this took place and they have witness testimony, the airline has not returned their calls. So they went
They
public.
cut her off all communication.
So they
pretty
went.
good.
That was really good. They went public, and then they just released.
my
Okay, I take
response.
back all my jokes about that man because, dude, wow. I don't know if I could do that. I would
That's
not. I don't like flying as it is, but
Why are you looking at me? My dad's a funeral director.
because I'm looking through you at that, but then I was just looking at you.
Do you think they got free booze?
So
I
far,
hope
they
so.
have so far as of when this article came out earlier today, they had not been contacted by the airline. I'm just saying airline, so I don't offend anybody. By the airline, but this was the statement from the airline. Okay, to TMZ. First and foremost, our thoughts are with the family of the passenger who sadly passed away. We apologize for any inconvenience or distress this incident may have caused and are in the process of contacting passengers in line with our policies and procedures. So we'll see what happens. But how would you guys handle that? I mean, you've been on an airplane where somebody, both of you?
I have, Jeff. What happened in your situation?
Mine,
Where
I
were you
was
going?
Were you
in-
telling jokes?
No.
All right, Tori, 2 for 2.
That's
Keep going.
Woo!
took that from
Yeah.
Albert Brooks.
You're right.
Yeah, she
How'd
they
you die
on stage like you?
Oh, Sam, I
She
love
took
Wow.
it. She took that
Defending
from
your life.
Defending your life.
Great call.
You stole the
Yeah,
joke?
she-
No, I was. It was.
And
I
you're
mean, it's a
saying,
well-known
yeah, I
joke. You
did?
died on stage. It's not a joke.
She
from
stole
Albert.
it.
Wow,
from
joke stealer.
Who's that? Meg Ryan.
Albert
Albert Brooks.
No, I know who's the woman in there.
Oh, Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl
Yes.
Streep.
I used to come on HBO all the
It
time.
was
and I
it's a
watched
great
it.
movie.
Yes,
Fantastic movie.
But Tori did steal it. She just didn't know Sam knew that movie. And then so she's like, "Yes, Sam. Oh shit."
And I called her out.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
exactly
Boo.
what happened.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I was in Korea when it happened. So I forgot where we were doing something. I think I was with Jordan too. We were coming back from doing something overseas, and somehow we came through Korea. It wasn't around the world for free. And someone died on the plane, and we had to land in Korea and get them off. And they like pushed everyone to the back of the plane, and it was a big like American guy, and there was a bunch of people like in Korea like carrying them off and stuff. But everyone's like, what happened? What happened? Like while we were in the air and like somebody's died up there.
Did they
Oh
ask
my
if there was any
gosh.
medical
I
professionals
think
on
they
board?
did. Yeah, they
Okay,
definitely
okay,
did because
'cause-
everyone was wondering what happened.
'cause, yeah.
I don't think they made anyone sit next to him though. I don't know if there was room on the airplane for it, but I guess if there's no room,
Right.
what are
That'd
you
be
supposed
different.
to do?
Right.
That would be different, but you still want to compensate said person. But in this case,
definitely gotta
according-
compensate.
Of course.
Absolutely.
But in
How do
this
you-
case, the couple said there was plenty
How
of
do you?
open seats.
Someone
Why
wrote and
wouldn't
said
you
they
just get up and
That's what
move?
someone
Oh, I
wrote.
definitely would
Someone
have.
said they
Yeah.
would have moved themselves. They just
Yeah.
would have moved themselves.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, I think if the plane was full, you asked, is there anyone comfortable sitting next to this person?
Yeah.
I would not have an issue sitting next to someone who had passed away.
You wouldn't?
No, my bigger issue is that it's there's a lot of like when the soul leaves the body, there's a lot of energy surrounding that. So like when I'm on a plane, I generally sleep on a plane. So that would be uncomfortable, like having to stay awake to like honestly like pray over. Like I would do that just because
Wow.
She's such a
you
good
want to have
person.
like an ability for like passage and stuff. Like it's very strong energy. But I wouldn't have an issue with there just being a deceased person.
Even like right next to, he's got like a little buffer zone. You'd be fine right next to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a deceased person.
I don't even like
but,
living people.
But
next to
having
me.
like but like the transition is in real time. So, you don't know what that is. I wouldn't fall asleep, not because I'd be scared of them. It's just that's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
That's-
I've saved several people on planes, so I know what it's
She
like.
has actually.
I have. I've saved
I
people.
wish, have we checked on them?
No, I have. No, they had a seizure. They're fine.
Okay.
So what did you do when the person had a seizure? First of all, why did you get up? When
I
they
was right
called
next to her, and her phone goes like this. Have you ever seen a woman go like this? And I was like, that's weird. And then we start to take off, and she goes like that, and she starts to seize. And I go, stop the plane.
Wait, you acted like that was a normal.
I swear to God, I did this. I swear to God, I did this. And I got up, and there's an oxygen tank right
got
behind
up?
me. I held her head as she's seizing, and I go, check for epileptic medicine. And they did, and they found it. She seized for a while, then foam came out. I'm not trying to gross anyone out, but then we put a little oxygen on her. I gave her a little 10 cc's, not too much.
Who's we?
I did. And then the medevacs came, they took her off the plane, and then we were in the air, and I got free vodka. And then as an hour in, the plane goes, a flight attendant runs back to me and goes, we need you again. Someone else had fainted on the
they
plane.
called her doctor
and they
and she didn't
called
correct
me.
them.
No, I did not.
You gotta be
Where'd you
careful
get
with
the
that,
oxygen?
though.
It's right.
You got. I'm glad that
Of
it worked
course,
out,
it's
but
terrible.
you gotta be careful.
It's medical
'cause-
malpractice.
Yeah.
So I
I want a
take the guy.
Facebook page update on these people.
So he goes and falls, and he goes, I can't stand up. So we crawl all the way back to the second oxygen tank.
That's crazy.
We put that on the guy.
That's
me and the flight attendants, and I got $200 from Delta.
That's amazing. That's almost like when I
Amazingly
pulled
low.
someone over and just put lights on the top of my car. And
No,
told
you
them
didn't.
they were-
Erica
No, I-
Cobb.
no.
Who did you pull over?
I did. I'm
Sam.
just saying, it's the same
my
thing. You're
God.
impersonating a medical
Yeah, you
profession.
can't.
And
How
then
are
at
you
the
not
end,
falling for a timeshare scam right now.
and then at the end, the captain came out, no joke, and saluted me. And then the plane clapped.
What if something bad happened?
It could have.
Tori? You
What
would
if
have been
any of this
it
was
could
true?
have.
I would assume that.
It
That
could
out
have.
of you.
I think you
Well,
took
you're
that.
absolutely right. You could
You
have.
just mashed together like 4 different movies.
You can ask Brooks. He woke
And then
You can
Denzel
ask.
flipped the plane and we landed.
I'm feeling all right.
Right? Like there's no way that happened.
I swear to God, Brooks woke up and I was walking someone crawling back, and he was like, "What's happening?"
Speaking of what's happening, we had another near miss. Oh, what's up?
Wait, what happened really quickly to you?
Really quickly, I used to fly U.S. Airways all the time, and when you're on the West Coast, U.S. Airways used to go through Phoenix, and going through Phoenix to L.A., we had to turn around as soon as we kind of leveled it off, and they asked if there was a doctor, and then very quickly just said we're turning around. I think they just asked us like because they probably have to.
Yeah.
And Tori would have stood up.
Yes.
I could have pronounced him. Time of death. There's a lot you can do.
Oh my.
Do you
I'm
understand how
just-
critical time of death is? They don't need you to eyeball it.
I know. I would have done this and looked at a fake watch,
This
a clock.
is somebody
Tori
who
would
has
pronounce them
medical.
and then be like,
Yeah.
you got to get at the end of the flight. Oh!
This is someone that has This is someone that has pre-med.
Yep.
And even you
There's
are like,
no
you wouldn't
way.
do it.
I've worked with cadavers. There's no way I wouldn't. That's like way out of my.
But
Yeah.
she does
Yeah.
it.
Love it.
of knowledge.
Yes, but yeah. So anyway, they just told us like when we landed and we were we were, and I think they were kind of setting it up to be like, hey, we're staying in Phoenix at night, so forget all whatever.
So did you not even see the dead person?
No,
Okay.
they were like because they were in the back. And I was first class with U.S. Airways. Shout out Platinum.
Okay.
And
Weird flex, Al.
yeah,
He always
I was big
lets
time
us
on a
know.
defunct airline, Transamerica.
Were your points transferred?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, because
That
I would have
sucks.
lost my
She's more upset
mind
about that than the
about the points.
I don't think people
Yes.
were doing that. The internet wasn't big, but I do remember the pilot saying, "We're going to bring this person forward. Please show some decorum." That's what he said. And
Oh,
like,
I hope people stood, maybe.
it
I
wasn't
may
a
have stood.
I might
former
have stood.
president.
I probably
No,
would have
I would have
don't
stood.
stand.
You wouldn't stand? Okay.
Yeah.
For
It's like a funeral
It's
procession.
you saying
on the
goodbye.
plane.
Stand in
You
an
don't
air.
stand?
In
No,
the
no, it
airplane
would be
anyway.
land to say goodbye.
That's a
the
funeral procession on the
yeah,
plane.
the transition.
There's no funeral procession on the plane. There's get the body off.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I do want to say this. Megan Alexander says the person who pronounces the death goes on the death certificate.
That's right, baby. Black ink. Right here.
What?
At Hamilton, someone fainted in front of me at Hamilton. I waited until they were like, "You America," and she goes, "Bam!" and I run over, and
you ran over.
she was 2 rows in front of me.
You're welcome in
and,
this.
and I swear to God, and we went to intermission. I go, "We need an ambulance on the side." She got a knee problem. I need a glass of water. I dunked it on her head. She came back and she said to her kids, "Stay. Hamilton's too expensive."
You dumped the water on her head?
There was no other way.
Oh, I would.
I feel like we're gonna find out Tori took a type of meth called angel fire. Like you are on fire.
Oh,
today.
I'm amazing. Oh, you mean today?
Yeah.
I'm just really anxious about the flight.
You're gonna be great. It's gonna be
to go
great.
to
Should we
her
not? Should we
family
not do this?
Pied de terre.
Should we not do this other flight story?
No, we're good. It's a lot of flying with death.
There,
in this.
there was a
Yeah.
near miss
Oh, great.
again,
Okay.
once again with the FAA
Chicago.
in Chicago.
Midway.
Very quick. It was a Southwest flight, I believe.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
there's footage of
I
it.
just flew in
Someone say
Chicago
not
on
flying with Tori.
Southwest.
It's not me.
Yes, I was in Chicago yesterday flying back.
Oh
so,
my
Yeah.
gosh.
So yeah.
And a
it's-
private plane.
Please no.
No,
U.S.
it was-
Airways. I'm sorry. I've been on private planes. I'm doing
Same
great.
here. That's not what I'm talking about. I said the story.
All right, stop
Is
talking
South-
to me like that.
Southwest and a private plane.
It was. She's right.
I know she was, but
She's
like
right.
I never
her-
said you're in a private plane.
you could be. I could be on a private plane.
Of course you could. I'm talking about the story. I thought we moved on to the story.
Okay, I forgot about the story, and I just took it as a personal attack.
You forgot about the story. Wow.
All right, what's the story?
The story is, Jeff, we had another near miss. This is 5 in 5 weeks. You are already kind of a nervous flyer.
Yeah.
How does this make you feel?
I don't like it.
Do you think about it more, or do you think we're just hearing about it more because it's in the zeitgeist more?
You know what's weird? So I just got back from Chicago like last week, and Jordan was really freaking out. She she had all these panic attacks. We talked about it on whatever. So
Together Mess,
Yeah,
your
there you go.
podcast.
There you
right.
go. And so she was freaking out, and I knew she was freaking out before she had the panic attacks.
Can
and
you
I'm
feel it
usually
coming?
Oh yeah, totally. And all like her family sends her, and she shows me. She's like, "Look at this! Another plane fell over. Look at this! The plane flipped over on the runway. Look at this!" I go, "Maybe stop looking at that when you're about to fly." I'm like, "Have a drink and relax." I'm
That's
like,
what
"You're
I wanna
freaking
do.
me out, you know?
yeah.
And so she's like, I don't know. And we had a really smooth flight, and I'm like, and I was trying to convince her, I'm like, when like 9/11 happened, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. There's like 3,000 to 5,000 planes in the air at one time. I always talk to Al before I fly. He calms me down, because he's not nervous at all. And I don't know why. I had some drinks before we left, and I was fine. Perfect flight. And then all of a sudden at night, we got in and hit her. And I had no doubt that it was because of all these stories, one after another. And I'm like,
true.
Love, you're hearing if a plane door doesn't close at this point, we're all going to hear about it. I go, you're hearing every detail of every piece of news of every airplane in the whole world.
They're
I'm like,
highlighting it,
You're
yeah.
getting I'm like, look how many still the numbers are that nothing's going to happen to you. But it's still, I think, the aftershock of everything going on and blah, blah, blah. And I think that what pushed the panic
Poor
attack
Jordan.
over was all these stories about these airlines and things. I'm sure other people are very worried about it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's why I don't want to go. I mean, I get it's more dangerous to go to the airport in your car
Yep.
and than in the air. But like, I don't know. There's just so many near misses. The DC one, the Philadelphia. I mean, they're inches away. I don't know.
What
I'm
you're
just
saying,
freaked out.
and it
Someone
kinda-
says the Mile High Club is the best way to relax. Okay.
I don't think the Mile High Club's a thing anymore. I think somebody would
gross.
report you.
How nasty is that?
Well, you can't even unless
no
you're on
room.
like a big jumbo
Right,
jet.
Yeah.
The bathrooms are way too small. I can hardly fit into the bathroom by myself. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm not that big of a woman.
All right. We finally got a topic. Erica wanted to jump in. Let me tell you about how, if you were going to do it, the dimensions.
Now, if you're
your elbow
flying
here.
on the Polaris, there's plenty of room.
Yes. All right. Well, Erica, I did want to come to you with this story, and I'm not joking. When I saw it, I thought about you. We're beginning to see the beginning of the end of Hooters. They have filed for bankruptcy.
Wait, explain why you spoke to Erica specifically.
She's a former proud
Yes.
Hooters employee.
That's right.
In the
calendar.
calendar.
Yes.
I
Yes.
need to see this calendar.
And the month was April? Or
I don't say what the month
Oh,
is.
okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, Erica, we could find it.
I don't.
Maybe there's been a lot of calendars.
I want that calendar.
I do. So,
You don't
yeah.
Think, you don't think Google sifts through that?
You think it's on Google?
yes.
Somebody
Do
Google
you
Erica
know
Cobb
how
Hooters
long ago that
calendar.
was?
Do you know how creepy
Jacob just
men
smiled
are?
Someone will
into
do it
that.
right now.
It's not on Google. I guarantee you it's not on Google. Plus, I didn't have a full month anyway. I had to share a month. Anyway.
that is such bull.
But it was probably very fair. So my Hooter story goes as such. When I was in high school, when I graduated from college, I realized that some of the girls were able to work as waitresses at the Hooters in Downers Grove. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing because they were making great money. And as an 18, 19-year-old, you're like, how do you, like if you waitress, but you have to waitress someplace where they serve alcohol, there's like a whole negotiation thing that's happening. But Hooters and Downers Grove, you could. The problem was I lived in Chicago, and in Chicago you had to be 21 to serve or to work as a waitress any place that serves alcohol. So I go in and it's like December. I turned 21 in February, and I'm like, well, I'm here to apply to become a waitress. And the first thing they asked me, because I looked probably like I was 12, was how old I was. And I was like,
I'm
I think
12.
that would have been the second. No.
Yeah. They're like, is your dad here?
Or the
What are you
third.
doing here?
Yeah.
So the manager looks me up and down and goes, okay, well, you can come in and work as a hostess until you turn 21, and then we'll transition you to a waitress. Now, I'm always scheming because I want to be where the money resides, okay? The money resided in being a waitress.
Yep.
But more importantly than that, I needed to get experience because where I really wanted to be was in the nightclubs because that's where the real money was. But the only way I was going to get to the nightclubs is if I had some waitress experience.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find waitressing jobs in downtown Chicago? Very difficult. So I started with Hooters and parlayed my booty
Smart.
to a nightclub.
Yep.
In the meantime, they were doing a calendar search. Now I submitted for the calendar. I was a hostess. All of the girls who were the waitresses were like, all the waitresses were like, you're a hostess. Why would you even submit? They were all, okay, girl.
No
okay,
way.
hostess girl. Well, guess who the only person in Chicago to be in the calendar and got selected and flown to Florida for the shoot?
Tell me
That's
what they
right.
said. Tell
Clearwater.
me what they said.
So they came in and they
Okay.
made the big announcement, and we're
Okay.
sitting in the locker room,
Okay.
and they were like, "So this year we finally got representation
Oh
for
my
our
God, I'm
store."
dying. This
And
is-
everyone's sitting there, and they're like looking around and stuff, and I was just sitting there because I already knew like they had embarrassed the crap out of me. Well, turns out I had to be 21 by the time that I shot the calendar, which was literally the week after my birthday. So when they said, so Erica's representing the store, oh my God, I had to leave because those
What'd
were
they say?
gunning for me.
What'd they do?
What? She's a host. She's a host.
They get
She's not
magnets.
allowed to be on the calendar. They were so mean to me. Those just bullied me.
I'm waiting for someone to find
God.
it.
Someone said
Oh,
it's
leave
amazing.
me.
Oh wait, I think they
Yeah,
found your
okay.
2013 modeling. I think.
No, someone sees it. You look amazing in
Did
it.
y'all
Yeah.
find it?
We
Yeah.
put it on the show though
Erica,
before,
I
didn't
can-
we?
No, we've never
Not
put it on the
Are
show.
you sure?
believe-
I'm
Yeah, there's
positive.
another picture
Yeah.
you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
That was
So
just
I
in my-
ended
that
up,
was just
and
in my
then,
mind.
That was
and then when the calendar came out, the week that the calendar came out, they were like, okay, we need you to go on a tour, because you go on a tour like signing the calendar. And I had gotten a job cocktail waitressing at a nightclub, and I was like, actually,
Bye.
I'm out.
Yep.
Well, that is
Erica, that's a good story.
very inspiring. Shout out. I'm sad that Hooters has to go. You know what I will miss about Hooters is the different Hooters around the country. They were owned by different people, and there was some that had cool deals. There was the one in Santa Monica where on Tuesdays, after on Tuesdays we would go to the West Side Comedy Theater perform, and then you could mix and match your spices on your wings. So you could have like barbecue chicken with lemon pepper. You could do whatever it was like a really fun thing. So
well, that was the difference between Hooters and Hooters of America.
What?
It was between the franchise and the independents. So it was Hooters and Hooters of America.
Which one were you with?
Hooters.
Okay.
what is
Which one's
this?
better?
Yeah.
Which one's better? Like, is there like a hierarchy?
No.
Okay.
No. But that's why they could do different things, because they weren't corporate.
Something else that closed that I was very disappointed in.
know.
Sam, why don't you take it away? Tell
Well,
me.
it's not my story. Who submitted it?
I did because I.
I didn't know. Oh, would make sense. You're really into making clothes.
And I use the yarn. It's
Yeah.
free for loose ends
I
contributors.
use the foam.
We are
use the
talking
foam?
about Joann Fabrics.
Yeah.
That is closing. It's like weird. It's a weird feeling, right? Because I associate Joann Fabrics with like me being 10.
Oh,
and this
yeah.
back when like before iPads, when just like your mom would run errands for 11
Great
hours on a
buttons
Saturday.
there, great
and you would
buttons.
just be, I would be at Joann Fabrics
Me
with my
too.
mom, just smelling all the fabric, just
Smell
standing
it.
there bored.
Yep.
Bored.
But you know how important
know,
being bored is?
they're all
It's yeah,
no
I
one's
think so.
bored
That's
anymore.
right. It's better for your brain to
It
be bored.
is.
I don't think so.
No, it's
No,
true.
it is.
There's data out there.
There's
But
Is
data.
that what scientists
There's
say?
data.
Bore your children, don't stimulate them.
I will say so Joann's is the only one, because I don't think Michael's has this, or Hobby Lobby, the cutting station for foam.
for foam.
Yeah, for like if you want to make like an insert for a new pillow, which
Why
I have
do
to
you
do.
use so much foam?
Yeah, you have a lot of foam, huh?
I have to.
What's with
why
all
do you-
that foam?
You gotta
A
make
foam pillow?
I've never
No,
needed
it's
foam.
like the cushion, I should say.
Oh yeah, you should.
Not a not a pillow, cushion. So our cat, little one, for some reason in our library room, and we don't have a library, we call it the
No,
library
it's cool.
room.
It's a library.
In that room, the cat, little one, keeps peeing on my beautiful brown chair cushion.
no.
And I have that chair turned upside down now.
Well, how does
because
it continue to pee on it?
because
not anymore.
Not right now, because it's turned upside down. But then guests come over, I get new foam, I make it all perfect, and then I forget to turn the chair upside down
And then
overnight.
peas.
Little one can't wait.
No.
He cannot wait.
There's
He
something in
doesn't
there.
miss a beat. If that chair is up, he pees on it.
What about throwing the chair away because it's done?
No,
Yeah.
it's not. I get a brand new cushion.
No, cat
Every
pee.
time.
Cat pee is pervasive. One of
No,
my
my room doesn't. That room does not smell like pee because I get a brand
you
new
might
cushion.
be nose blind.
Can
Yeah,
I?
No,
think
I'm
you
not.
are.
I have such
Hoarders don't know that there's a problem.
Yeah. They're like cameras in my house. I must be famous.
Have you guys ever heard of tallywhackers? Someone's saying that's a male Hooters, and it's called a chesterant.
Oh,
I have
like
never heard
this
of that.
idea.
Well,
I
you know
like
the
it.
Hooters line of restaurants are called restaurants.
No.
Yes, Hooters.
I've never,
about-
excuse
Amazing.
me.
Yeah, thank you, Erica.
Excuse me,
No.
official
somebody-
Hooters representative right here. I have never heard of that term ever.
That is hilarious.
A
I've
restaurant?
never heard
There's
that.
no
You
thing.
It
think
sounds
I
like
just
it's on
made that?
Arrested
Will somebody
Development.
please? Will
No.
somebody on the
you
chat?
you came
that
up
is
with that.
Yeah, you
hilarious.
That's
and your
something
comic
that you and your friends say.
Yeah, you and your friends.
Dude,
That
I
has
take
never
credit
been a
for it.
thing.
It's a real thing though.
No.
It's like
No.
when they talk about them in terms of stocks, they call
That's a
them
good one.
restaurants because
No.
there's Twin Peaks, there's
the
Roadhouse.
kilted tilt or
When
the
who,
tilted kilt.
when who talks about it in
tilted
terms of
kilt.
stock?
The foamy urine.
Oh my God!
Who's talking about it, calling it a restaurant?
Businessmen. Look. Yeah. Oh, somebody said Al's right. Cat pee is forever. We'll get back to that. But also,
Business.
yes,
off.
That's
business
why I get rid of
men.
the cushion. Thank you.
there is a
The whole chair.
You made
I
it
get
seem
rid of
like
the
it
100
appeared that way on the NASDAQ
It
restaurant.
did.
yeah, there's no such thing
by
as
the-
breast.
is
Will
there-
somebody please look up restaurants?
I'm
and then
sure someone has said it. It doesn't make it like
it is
the official.
It's an industry term, buddy.
It's not an industry term. It's a misogynistic term.
Yeah.
Look, Al is right.
bunch of
Twin
horny
Peaks
dudes
and
term.
restaurants.
Says restaurant is a thing.
Thank
Okay,
you.
let me ask you something
heard
really
of it.
quick. Isn't there a Joann's bed, a back, a chair?
No.
Joann's back.
What?
Okay, so just in DC.
I think that's a movie.
There's
Okay.
no
that you
such thing
saw.
as
Okay, sorry.
What?
In DC we have a Joann's fabric next to a Joann's back.
What do they sell in there?
Back stuff.
Like relax the back.
yeah, like how like
they're
you-
not related.
Okay,
There's
I thought they were both the Joann's.
Like the Lombard yard?
Yeah,
Was that a real thing?
That was like Seinfeld, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
that's hilarious.
I
That's
will
funny.
say this: I am a fan, and on my podcast, My Safe Word is More. Me and my co-host Corinne really bonded on the fact that we like there are parts of certain stores where they just throw shit. Sorry for my language. There's like a Macy's Edit. There is Dillard's Clearance.
Nordstrom Rack, but
Nordstrom
that's
Rack's
more on the
too
nicer.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
But
do
there are
throw
parts
some
of like modern home goods or whatever that's kind of like it's attached to like a TJ Maxx, but it's just really like
Marshalls.
the extra.
Marshalls
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the less expensive version of Home Goods, and they're owned by the same company.
Yes, I'll let you finish eating. But Marshalls is a store. I'm talking about a part of Marshalls where they don't give an F. Do you guys know that part of
Yeah,
the store?
we do.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
does.
we
Let's
do.
get
We
to the next
know.
story.
Sebastian has a
Oh,
joke
the
about
best
it.
one. The best one.
Ross.
What?
What he's like, it's like downtown Beirut.
Yeah.
He throws the shoe.
Like underwear.
Yeah.
Like socks will have like underwear in it.
Instead of putting it back, he just throws it across the
Yeah.
store.
That's Nordstrom.
Did my husband buy tickets to Sebastian? Y'all were in cahoots at some point.
Oh, if
We
you
were
guys go,
talking.
you need
I
to
was
tell
gonna
me.
go too with you.
Well, I don't. No,
Oh, he said
Anthony
because I
sent it to
went.
Jeff.
I've gone
Oh,
before.
did it
to
already
see
happen?
Sebastian.
No, I win already. I saw him at Red Rocks
Oh, okay.
when he
he
came.
was at Red Rocks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was so great.
Sebastian Maniscalco. Oh, that's
seen him.
awesome.
But he's coming in again. We were talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
y'all
was just
go.
wondering. I
Y'all
didn't
go.
what
Going to
happened. Yeah.
Jo Koy?
Yes.
Yes, there's a box for us.
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Well,
Yeah.
no, Erica got the box.
Oh.
You can thank her.
I was like,
I thought that
That's
he got
Tori
the box.
Wow.
Wow.
you know what? I
Jo Koy
finally
knew.
know. I finally know what it's like to be a parent. This house magically appeared.
Yeah,
I have a roof over my head.
The Joy Koy. I thought he gave
We
it to
got a
us.
house.
Oh
We got a
man.
car.
When is Joy Koy coming?
Dude, I called him Joy Koy.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
because it's hard to say.
to his
Jo
face.
Koy.
Joe
Yeah,
Koy.
Like
we
real
are
fast.
going to Jo Koy.
It does sound like a date night. You guys all have significant others.
You're coming
And-
too.
No,
And
because
I think
Al. No.
Uh-oh.
This. Let me. You know what? I'm glad this came up because I've been waiting.
Oh my God.
I have been sitting. on
Joanne's
this.
back.
Okay.
Al's face did like he
I
wanted
have
to move
been
on. So
sitting
there
on
is
this.
something behind it.
Okay. So Jo Koy was announced. Actually, we were on the air when he announced that he was coming to Denver. Just happened to look at my phone. I was like, that mofo, he didn't even tell us because he said he was going to tell us, right? So I get home and I'm like, well, where are the tickets? So I'm looking. Finally, the tickets come up. So I just automatically send an email to be like, hey, I need a box, right? Because I knew we were all going. So
We all agreed on it.
we all agreed we
Can
were
I
going to
stop
go.
you there? How do you have someone to even send that email to?
Well,
Yeah.
there's always
That
a
would've come
contact.
back
She's
mailer
Erica has a
demon.
contact.
I know.
No, there's a contact like at every arena, or it's not like a special person.
I just
There's
never,
like
I've never heard of
if
that.
you-
I've
so-
never heard of Hooter restaurant, whatever
So
that is.
here's
He
the
made that
thing:
up. He
it's
made
not
that up.
really as bougie as it
Restaurant,
sounds
you couldn't remember that?
because if
What?
you
Oh,
have like
restaurant.
a favorite artist or someone that's coming to town, and you have a big group of friends who are super interested in going, then you should get ahead of that when they announce the show. Then contact the arena and the suites and get a box, because that way your ticket price is not only going to be market rate, it's going to be way lower than any other ticket. And it's like doing like a group thing because our tickets aren't that expensive.
Are you
No, they're
practicing
not.
for a TED
So
Talk?
no, I'm just letting people
Yeah,
know
she's
that this
giving
isn't like
context.
above the,
Yep.
you know,
Thank you,
the,
Erica.
here's a good hack if you have like 20, 16, 20 people going. So anyway, so I send everybody a message, hey,
Yep.
got the box. This is how much it's going to be. Very reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little box. So I send this out in October, November.
I would say even before.
Al,
Way before. I would say
Response.
June.
oh, sorry, I'm going to be out of town that day. It's November.
That's right.
I know Al like the back of my hand. Al don't even know. It was like, let's say 6:45 that night. Al wasn't sure what he was doing at
That night.
7:15 that night. But you know what you're doing exactly in April? Okay, here's a little bit of a backstory too. Now I know that it's not personal
Joanne's
against Joe. Okay? I know it's not personal against Jo Koy. Al has a hard, fast rule about not going to see other comedians.
That's exactly
But
what it is.
I
what you should have
thought
said
you
then.
should have just been honest and been
Yeah.
like, hey, you know, I do have this rule. I don't go to see other comedians
Erica
because I
wouldn't
don't
have
want to
cared.
compromise the integrity of my jokes by accidentally hearing something. And now all of a sudden I think that it's original, whatever methodical thing you have going on. But instead, he comes up with, I'm going to be out of town.
Look what Megan says. Al has a surgeon schedule. He knows when he'll be out.
Well,
That's Erica's schedule.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
She knows what she's
Yeah.
doing
Well,
6 months
now-
out, not him.
you know, my girlfriend Sarah, she does my calendar now. It has changed my life. I swear to
Tori
God.
breathe.
I swear to God, it has absolutely changed my life.
I'm not trying to throw you or the lovely Sar under the bus, but I did just happen to slide a question in there. This is the thing about Aquariuses. We ask questions we already know the answers to, right?
I love that.
Sar, super unsuspecting. I'm sorry, girl. Didn't mean to do this to you, but I was like, hey, what's going on? April, blah, blah, blah.
You wrote Sar?
You did?
You wrote Sar?
No, I didn't write her. I asked her when we were together. It came up in convenient
And
conversation.
What did she say?
How are you even
It
thinking
doesn't
about
look
that?
like there's anything.
She does the calendar.
I
But
just
you
like
just
to
admitted, though.
I
confirm.
admitted it.
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
fair.
but that was before you admitted
That's
it.
fair.
I wanted to confirm I was
I
right
get it.
before I
I get it.
accused you
Thank
of
you.
something.
I don't
That's
get
a
it.
note to all men. When you feel like you're about to get caught, come out with it. Don't fight
a
till
good
the
point,
end.
especially
Don't go
with
down with
Erica.
the ship.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, Sarah.
job,
I did
Erica.
not mean to use
No.
you. I just like to confirm that my suspicions are correct
Bravo,
before
everybody.
I just say something.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Well done,
Because
Erica.
generally, when I
busted.
come out with something, I already know. I know everything about it. Okay, you hear something out of my mouth, I know. Oh.
Aquarius, Aquarii. What do you think? Two Aquarius? Did I ruin the joke?
You ruined it.
Aquarii? Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's
Move us
okay. We
along
needed to
now.
leave.
Okay.
We needed to get
Yeah,
Al off the hook anyway.
Well, I was saying that does sound like a fun date night. And speaking of a couple that might roll with y'all, you guys are famous, is the rumored couple of Kid Rock and Lauren Boebert.
I heard about
Yeah,
this.
2:30 in the morning. They were seen leaving a restaurant or
A restaurant?
a
What's that?
restaurant, and they were
What
leaving
restaurants are open at 2:30 in the morning?
Many.
many or like a bar,
restaurant.
Like a bar restaurant.
Yeah, but anyway,
A
Denny's?
restaurant.
a Denny's.
An IHOP?
And now his fiancée has broken off
he is a fiancé?
engagement.
Wait,
is gone.
he is a fiance. She's single, right?
Boebert is probably seeing people. I don't know.
Is that
Let's
true,
not
though?
slut shame.
I know.
She
No
can
one-
see as many people as she
can,
wants.
but she
to.
can't make out with them and then vape and then say she didn't at a theater with other
All right,
people around.
That's over. That happened.
Okay.
But I thought about this,
I agree.
and I thought obviously they are two fairly ridiculous personalities, but
I
I
bet
don't
they have-
hate this couple.
No, I bet they have fire.
I don't
They
hate
have
them
fire.
together. I don't know. They just seem like she seems like she has always been. She was like had a wild upbringing. She looks like she kicked it hard, and then she became famous, and it was hard for her to turn that notch down. So she's trying to get with square dudes, but she's not a square.
Yes.
She's like Sons of Anarchy under that blazer, and she needs.
She's got a body
Men
on her.
love her. When
She is-
she came
Look.
to DBL to do her Q&A with Nine
It
News.
was a debate.
A
It wasn't a
debate.
Q&A.
Why are
she
you
went-
like this?
When she went to do her debate, all the DBL people that stayed to do like the camera work and whatnot.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
who aren't even
MAGA.
personal fans of her ideology said she was striking in person.
I think that's probably it. If you become a politician, that's why I said, Jeff, you should look into it. You guys
Oh
could.
my, it's not just looks.
It-
He has to care about the
it-
So you're
policies.
saying I'm good looking?
Not.
You are. Look, we are, for as much as we want to be elevated, an elevated species, looks are the first thing. That's why they have Love is Blind, because looks are that important. So I
The
think.
taller candidate does usually win.
Right, taller. I don't think we've had a bald president really ever.
Buchanan had a great head of hair.
No one was alive.
There was some comb overs going on.
I'm sure, but there's
Chester Arthur had
there's a reason they're
terrible one.
fighting, because like there's something with human beings where if you look older, Nixon versus Kennedy in the debate, Nixon looks super old. We are visual creatures, and so
Trump
I
versus
think,
Biden. They're
Yeah,
very
Trump-
similar in
Trump
age.
is considered a
but Trump-
good-looking playboy to
and
a certain
younger
demographic.
feeling to a
Absolutely.
lot of people.
Trump was considered more attractive than
Yeah,
Biden?
I don't know about that.
I think so. I think
Biden,
he-
really?
Trump had
No,
more
that last
swag.
debate. Only that last debate. Let's
But
be
for
clear.
age-wise, definitely considering that they're similar in age, a lot of people would definitely say, including myself, that Trump appears a much younger 70, whatever their age
Eight.
is.
Why are you putting your
78.
hands where their balls would be at this age?
That's disgusting.
I don't know what your Trump would be 74.
Oh my God! Now I'm thinking of balls. I don't want to think of.
I bet they're going to be a crazy couple.
I'm just
Wait,
gonna
is-
say, if I had to be a sugar baby, I would definitely be a sugar baby to Biden over Trump.
I agree
okay?
with you.
Just saying.
Well, the last debate changed
Me
things.
too.
Well, we're
But
talking about
one looks
looks.
much younger.
Do you think that
one
that-
looks
do you
younger?
think-
Trump is too orange. We agree, Marcy.
Jeff,
I'm not talking
Listen,
about
what
looks.
do you think?
My
One's
question
much
is, do you think
younger
they'll
Do
be
you
a
think
good
you would have
couple?
better time with Biden back in the day than Trump back in the day?
no, I'm saying at this point
No
in
way.
their lives, if I had to, I said had, okay?
Dude, Biden's
If
that
I
guy in
had-
the plane.
If I had to be a sugar baby and I had to be by your side, I would choose Biden over Trump.
I don't
A
know
million
about that. I don't
percent.
know
Not
about
even a
that.
political
But
thing.
we're
I know, but
talking
you're
about
debating
looks.
two 78-year-olds.
I know what
She said she had to. She said she had to.
I was saying back
I'm
in the day,
saying-
Trump was like a socialite.
He was a playboy.
Yeah,
So was
you
Biden. He
wanna
was a
hang out
I
with-
don't know about back in the day. I'm talking about right now. We're talking about when they actually were running against
Yeah,
each
but
other.
that wasn't my point, though. My point was you can take two people, like you stated, and one's going to appear, for instance, in this specific example, when it comes to age, even though they're pretty much the same age, one comes off much more younger, even though they're the same age. So
Right.
I'm not talking about looks here. I just
Let's
want
go
to
Well,
back.
Marquita Baker said Erica Wright. You know that's right, girl.
All right, let's go back.
A92.
Is that true? Like, or were they just coming out of a restaurant and everyone's
I-
speculating?
No, they left together at like 2:30
yeah,
a.m.
Yeah,
in
but
the same
I could
car.
see them going together for their politics or something. It doesn't mean.
I think they
2
were.
a.m.?
I don't-
What's political about 2 a.m.?
Yeah, I think they're.
There's a
kicking
lot of
the dog.
politics that happens at 2
And
a.m.
honestly,
No,
Or
if I don't
politicking.
think you think he goes to bed at 10:30 at night, Kid Rock?
No,
Or
I
you
think,
he
I
stays
think
up?
they banged. I think that they.
Oh,
went home and
that's what I'm
banged.
asking. I
Yeah.
haven't heard the story, so everyone calm down.
Sorry.
Okay, Biden's the best. Trump's a loser.
talking
We
about
got it.
that.
Okay,
We're talking about Kid Rock.
Yeah, I thought he had a girlfriend or he was married.
he was, and they
so
broke
I
up
didn't
over
know.
this.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Let's
she
fill in
was
some
someone?
details, or we'll get back to Trump and Biden's balls, whichever
We're
one you guys
talking
want to talk
about
about.
them leaving at 2 a.m. We're
Yep.
not talking about that.
So I mean, honestly, whether it doesn't even matter if they really are a couple, even though I think that they are headed that way.
That's a good couple. What do you call them?
You know, it's weird.
Oh.
Bo Rock?
Oh.
Bo Kid Bo?
Kid
Bo
Bert?
Kid?
I don't think that works for them. But
Lauren Rock.
I will say this: there is something to, for as much as everybody has this picture of an ideal couple in their head, and what the couple they want to live next to looks like. I think those two would have a good time. I don't think it's going to be for a long time,
Right.
But I think they got like a little bit of Tommy Lee,
Yeah.
Pam Anderson vibes. To
They're
me.
like the Timu version.
yeah,
of Pam
or just
Anderson.
the older. What's
Yeah.
the thing after Coachella? What's the old people one?
Oh, Stagecoach.
Yeah, they're the stagecoach
Yeah.
of Tommy Lee and Pamela.
I gotta look into this.
Can you name two songs from Kid Rock that aren't Ba Wata Ba or I'm a Cowboy?
What's the one that he
baby?
did with Cheryl Crow?
Oh, that was
That's
a
another
great
one.
song.
That's another one.
You're right. That
I
was
don't
a great-
remember the name
Now
of
they
it,
did Bone. Those two,
Can we?
or
not?
they were dating.
Yes, that's
So here's an update. Apparently,
You guys are very up to date on Kid Rock's.
Well,
I just thought
so
this was
they
going to be a quick
met.
story.
They met at the inauguration party.
oh,
Then, so there's been multiple times they've been seen together.
These two?
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
never heard about this
They-
ever.
Today's
hit
the
it.
first day I heard of it.
They hit
but I
it
think
off.
they're just like, you're in the same universe. You're like, hey, she's cute.
They're
she's
both
cute.
really-
He's famous. I'm sure she's been a fan of his. And now somebody you're a fan of is like, what are you doing after this? You're like, nothing. You know, I think I could see
That's
it.
the worst. It's such a reminder that, like, man, when I was at home thinking I could have gotten you, I could have. It was just too late. That's sad.
No, you just think it's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
I think
if
it's
you've
good
ever
they
had
found somebody.
that's like, oh, I think you're so hot, and they're like, not. It's not so much that they're not in their prime. It's more that they're like sad and not in their prime, and they're like really pursuing you. It is very sad when you're like somebody who you thought was super sexy and cute.
you thought Kid Rock was cute?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about
Okay.
this in general.
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Kid Rock looks like he does not bathe. Says Black Asian. Okay. Oh, Sheryl Crow's song was Picture. That was a good song.
Oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
All
Okay.
right.
What
Well,
else we
yes,
got?
we
We
are-
got 10 minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
we are gonna keep rolling through this. I didn't know we were gonna get
Do you want to talk about the Mills, the woman, or no?
The
no?
Mills?
No.
What's
Let's.
that
This is
one?
political. Move on. Next up.
well. What? is
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, move
let's
on.
end
No
on a high note.
politics.
Okay, yes. Well, let's. Oh, well, we won't do that story. Okay, well, I do have an ethical question for you
Oh.
guys. All right, in France, 2 guys stole a credit card,
Deux hommes.
went to the corner
Deux
store.
hommes à la France, oui. Oui.
They went to the corner store
Entre nous, oui. À la marquette.
and they
Is there a
bought.
doctor on the
Yeah. They bought a lottery ticket, and that
À la
joint
billet de la
hit.
loterie.
Wait, what happened?
2 guys stole a credit card.
Okay.
They can buy lottery tickets with credit cards in France.
You
Yeah.
can't buy that here now?
You can't buy a lottery ticket with a credit card in the U.S.
Really?
buy with
No,
cash?
sir.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. No, they. You
Yeah.
gotta have cash.
Oh,
Because you
okay.
can steal a credit
Cash,
card and then you get
money,
all that. And it's kind
baby.
of
Well, that's what
transforms into
happened.
cash.
That's the conundrum.
Well, So yeah,
Okay.
so they steal a credit card, swipe it at the corner store, buy a lottery ticket. The lottery ticket hits, and their
For how
lawyer
much?
it transferred
12 millions
to
francs.
euros to about 525,000 euros, which is about what
Whoa.
$625,000 in
That's
America,
a lot of money.
something like that. Yeah.
So what happened?
So they are now in litigation because the person whose card was stolen is saying, that's my card. And they're saying, no, we'll do the time for stealing the card. We'll pay the restitution for stealing the card. But that's our ticket. We purchased it. Whether it was with illegal means or not
Yeah,
is none
no.
of your business. So, Jeff,
my
you're the
money.
judge. What do you think? Quickly.
No, the people who stole it get nothing.
Yeah.
They stole the card.
Yeah, that's my money.
Yeah, it's not like, I was in possession of it. You
Je sais
stole it.
pas.
You stole it. You don't get anything.
Okay, but technically, they did pick the correct card. The ticket came
It's
up
a
with
scratch
them.
off. It's a numbers game.
Right.
You're gonna win something
And it happened
eventually.
to be them.
You're agreeing that the stolen
I'm
people
just
should
taking
get something?
l'autre side.
Tori, is there a legal argument for
Our legal
Be-
legal.
Yeah, I would be curious
Dr.
because
Illegal.
Why do you think it's going to court?
yeah, I mean there must
have
be some
standing,
standing of
sure.
maybe if it's that possession is 9/10 of the law, maybe that's the same over there. Where I mean, I'm assuming if you stole a bunch of stuff as a businessman, like you embezzled funds, you know, you would still get to keep your couch and all the stuff you bought with it. You might have to pay the fine.
No, you
No,
don't.
What are you
don't.
talking about? If
They
I went to
confiscate
the
it.
corner store and
yeah.
smashed the window and stole all their lottery tickets, I don't get to keep what I
No.
win and go to jail.
But I
Yeah.
think if you buy it, you do.
No,
No.
you
No.
do not.
No,
Everything
it's
gets
fraudulent.
liquidated.
Yep.
You have to pay restitution. How you think people get restitution when they ain't got no job? That's why they started stealing to
Yeah.
begin with.
How funny that Al thought this would be an ethical conversation.
I was
We're all
like-
like,
It's not.
Okay, I do have a question. I have a personal, am I the asshole?
Okay, so this
Oh.
is AITA. I didn't know that, but that's the synonym for this question.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, since
Shut up.
Al's ethical question flopped.
Yeah, that was bad, buddy.
Okay, so this weekend I was on a trip for work, and I'm with 2 colleagues, right? We're all sitting in the same row. Now, as we're getting ready to board, I get notified that I've been upgraded.
you go.
I could have just said, give it to the next person
Ew.
on the
No,
upgrade
you
list.
go.
Oh, no.
So that in a show of solidarity, but instead I said, y'all, I am so sorry, but I'm gonna sit in first class.
I don't think that's bad. I would make you. If I was your colleague and that happened to you and I'm sitting next to you, I'd be like, girl, what? Get up there. I don't think it's a big deal.
Isn't it like a team spirit thing?
Wait, so
right?
how many girls went on the trip?
It's not a girl
It
trip.
was
It's
a
a
How do you know
world
it's
trip.
girls?
It was a work
Oh, it was a
trip.
It's
work
not
trip.
girls.
It's not
Yeah.
girls.
I'm trying to understand.
Okay.
God, you're slow on
Okay,
every
I will
story.
add. I will add. I'm also the
Dude,
CEO.
who
of
are
the
you?
company.
You're not even speaking English. Okay, so you're with a work trip?
Yeah, so we have our team and 2 of my colleagues. Now I, of course, am the CEO of the company.
Wait, okay, let's switch it. What if it was 2 your girlfriends? Let's switch it. Let's make it 2
It's
your friends.
It's Sam and Tori.
I
Yeah.
still
No, I said
wouldn't
your
care.
friends. So
Yeah.
Sam and Al.
I
Would you leave them and go
actually,
up?
We kind of did did this because Sam and I flew first class and Tori flew Southwest.
Excuse me. I flew Southwest with Jeray, and we had a fabulous
and that's
time.
great. But I didn't feel bad.
No,
being like,
you
I'm
shouldn't
sorry,
be.
I have a first class.
Yeah, you
ticket.
guys shouldn't be
Yeah,
sorry.
we discussed it a lot,
Right.
and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fly United.
Yeah, and Jeray and I flew for Southwest, and
Did you render any medical care while you were in these?
You know what
skies?
happened on a Spirit Airlines? Someone said, "Is there a doctor?" And someone literally out loud goes, "There's no doctor flying Spirit."
That's hilarious.
It's
That's
That's terrible.
I just watched
Oh,
a
Lord.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Larry sits down next to a doctor. He wanted first class. It was all about that. And then they're like, "Is there a doctor on the plane?" And he's friends with the doctor. He goes, "You're not going to heed the call?" And he goes,
doesn't heed?
And he goes, "No, I'm not going to heed the call." And he kept, Larry kept going,
gotta
"You're not
heed."
going to heed the call?" And he goes, "You think I want to spend the night in Phoenix, Larry?" And he's like, "I don't think so." And he just sat there quiet. And then Larry's all mad.
That's
he tells
so-
everyone,
he
he
should've
wouldn't heed the
heeded.
call. Larry,
You
that
should've
was the
heeded.
whole.
You
You
should've
didn't see
heeded.
that episode?
No, he should have heeded the call.
He said it a lot. Yeah, he said it a lot.
all right.
Okay, we
thought
have
it
4
ended there.
minutes.
All right.
Oh, we still got more?
Yeah,
What
we-
was that story
I
with
tried,
Drag
y'all.
Us
I
In?
thought that I would get more, of
No,
the
Erica, you did the
conversation.
right
that was
thing.
good. You were
did
right.
the
Well,
right
it was
thing.
a very.
I don't think that's controversial. You're on a work flight. You're
You're
their
the
boss.
CEO,
I
yeah.
don't think that's.
Even if you were there with your buddies, I'd be like, girl, go up, go,
I agree.
go.
Real quick, I was on a first class on United, but it was an older plane.
Okay.
And it was worse than Coach. It was like one of those 80s planes where they still had like a cigarette ashtray.
Why is there an 80s
It was
plane
awful.
in here right
It was
now?
United.
Wait,
it
they
was
have
awful.
What year was
cigarette
this?
ashtrays?
I've
It was
been on those
awful.
planes.
What
I've
year
been
was
on those
this?
planes.
It was this year.
I
And
know.
when
This year?
And there was no
Oh,
lumbar.
was it a little one?
No.
And I bet the material
It
on
stank.
the plane seats.
It was so
smelled
gross.
like Sam's cat's chair.
You walk in, it's flipped upside down. Don't sit in that one.
There's foam here.
Someone's running
yeah.
to Joann Fabrics to fix
By the
that.
way, that's Sam's plan for something's being peed on constantly. She just flip it over. Like
that's
you
not
gotta
pets.
throw it out,
The pets
Sam.
you
It's
do.
done.
Absolutely. I throw it out every time it pees on the chair and get a brand
But
new.
it's seeped into whatever the chair is.
No, the chair has a cushion. These are very, very fancy chairs. I have 2 of them, mind you.
Fancy chairs. You get the cushions from Joann Fabrics.
Yeah.
The cushion actually
Putting
unzips.
ketchup on a steak.
I take the cushion material and I deep clean wash it. And I smell it and it gets everything out.
That's not true. There's no way. I will tell you
Then
why.
I go get new foam put in.
How much time is this taking out of
lot.
your life?
And it's expensive. It's like $86 to get the foam I
Each
buy.
time?
That's
Each
so
time.
annoying.
How much does it
God.
cost
Each
to close the
time.
door to that
Yeah.
room?
That's
It
so
doesn't have a
annoying.
door. And how dare you? I do not have any stinky parts
No,
in my,
Sam
in my
never.
house.
is
How
immaculate.
Thank you.
Except for the
Smells
chair.
Thank you,
wonderful.
Erica.
Stunning.
It smells
It's immaculate.
like beautiful Byron and Co.
Thank you.
candles available
Thank you.
on Byron
Thank you,
and
Erica.
Co.com.
That's
With
right.
all those candles, maybe
She's
it
right.
overwhelms
I
the
think that's
smell.
what it is.
Jeff,
No.
stop.
It does
Every
not.
label
It does
is
not.
this
Al,
is
Jeff,
okay.
stop.
All right.
Arrête.
Yes.
Arrête.
I would like to,
Oh.
since we all did our shout outs today, I would like to do a call to action to our night owls,
Hoot hoot.
if you will. I have a podcast, Accidentally Informed, with Claudia Jordan. And we are, for the next few months, going to YouTube Live starting tomorrow, 4 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Eastern. So if y'all could go over to Accidentally Informed on YouTube and hit the subscription button, that would be greatly appreciated, because tomorrow we're going to talk about Karen Huger and her DUI sentence from Real Housewives of Potomac.
By the way, I know Potomac kids. I grew up with Potomac kids. It's in Maryland, if you guys didn't know.
I didn't
DMV.
know.
Okay, well, I'm
until
telling you
the
now.
accident.
Oh, really?
Wait, what accident?
Karen's accident?
No.
No, the plane crash went into
in
the Potomac.
Potomac.
They go into the
Oh.
Potomac.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Sorry,
to
I
divert.
was-
Follow Erica's podcast.
Yes, yes.
Accidentally
Follow
informed.
Accidentally Informed. Her and Claudia Jordan. You couldn't get a better pair.
It's so funny.
Why didn't we
the-
get an invite? You just talked to the night owls. We're here too.
Well, y'all are invited too, but you
Well,
know,
now I had
Claudia
to
has
ask
a much
for an
bigger
invite.
following, and I thought I want to
Good for
invite
you,
my
Erica.
people.
That's how it's
Okay,
done.
night
That's how
out.
come
it's
over
done.
and say hi.
That's how
so
it's done.
join us
Everybody
tomorrow.
join and subscribe. I do want to let everyone know this coming Friday, it's don't buy anything at all. So people are trying to do.
Doesn't Tori look like
side of the
hungry?
aisle you're on?
Oh,
Doesn't Tori look like she's drunk on a park bench and she's
Always.
like, "This
my
Friday
God!
we're getting
It
together."
is the economic blackout. You're right, but it depends on which side of the aisle you're on.
Don't buy it. What if I want to? It's Friday and I want to.
I'm not speaking to you. You said I look like a drunk on a park
I said
bench.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, he did.
oh. Well, now I'm not speaking to
Wrong
both
black
of you.
guy.
That's how drunk she is.
I've had a sip of rosé.
Okay.
You want to
All
shout
right.
out the?
Yes, it's brown. Is that right?
Yes, Brown Estate.
Brown Estate wines. Check out their rosé, their Chardonnay, their Michael Bublé. I was just rhyming. I don't
Well,
know.
we're trying to get sponsors on this show, so
That's exactly right.
That's a
Brown
Michael
Estate.
Bublé was our best. Oh, sorry.
Okay,
You weren't there.
Everyone went
Our
for
best interview.
7
Michael
years.
Bublé.
The best.
Okay,
best.
Was he the
okay,
funniest?
Enough.
And remember, he said he wanted to be a part of our
Okay.
panel.
Yeah.
Okay,
Enough.
sorry, go ahead.
Out of 7 years of Daily Blast Live, their best interview was the day I
True.
wasn't there. And it was
Oh, it
Michael.
was a really good one.
Oh my God. It was Michael Bublé, and I wasn't there, and I missed the best interview of life.
Yeah, he's
So instead of hearing from the people that did the interview, that are literally on either side of you, you took control of the show to say that you weren't there.
Yeah.
It was something
But
that was
on that
missing.
note, you guys remember when he went like this?
And then he pretended to be frozen.
And we thought he was frozen, but he wasn't really
Okay.
frozen.
All right.
He's so good.
I get it.
He's so good.
And then remember when he said, "I think I could be there with you guys."
On the panel.
Yes, he
Get
said,
it.
"I'll take that fifth chair." That
Okay.
was
Yes.
All right. That's my
Actually, Al
chair.
suggested that, and he was like, "Oh my
Sure.
God, it's free."
That's
Yeah.
my chair. That was my chair.
All right, it's been an hour.
Oh, well, all right. I know that you got some more accordions to sell. That outfit. I don't know. It just like seems like you would that would be happening in the late 1700s.
I don't even get that
I don't
reference.
either. I just
It's
like
funny.
it bothers me, the jacket and everything. I like it. It's just like
jacket. It's like a Burberry jacket.
Thank you.
Look who's
It's
giving you the
awesome.
advice.
It
It's the drunk park
it's,
girl.
It's I think Nicole Miller.
It was beautiful.
I had to make that name up.
Megan, that's a huge person.
Megan Alexander.
Do you see Megan Alexandra?
That was a good
good interview.
It's Megan Alexander, not Megan Alexandra.
I know it is, and I wasn't there for the interview.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we love you too.
We love you
Shelley.
guys.
Miss you guys.
We love
We
you
missed you
guys.
I absolutely love. Just, Jesus, Sam.
Close
What
this
do you
thing
like-
up.
I will. I'm trying to bring it in,
I'm
and Sam's
also-
like, "Yeah, see y'all." I'm like trying to like wrap it.
That was abrupt. That was
Yeah,
abrupt.
Sam.
Taking you forever.
I gotta go see Mary J. Blige.
Are you going right now? I really am mad.
Are
at
you
that.
leaving?
Can
That's
I wrap?
boss.
Did you just walk in front of the camera?
She did.
Dude.
Wearing that outfit,
she's
so it
adorable.
dragged across the camera.
No more drama.
Got it. She
The problem is
literally-
The problem is she's stuck with all those wires, so she's got to wait till we're done with the show.
What if Erica walked over there and knocked over $3,800 worth of cameras, and then no
Thank
one
you.
laughed?
Julia said fly safe. Thank you, someone who cares.
First of all, you're taking a train into Del Rey. Is it gonna?
I'm flying into
no one's
Del
taking a train.
Rey.
You can't fly into Del Rey. I live in
I'm
Florida.
flying into Palm Beach.
Yes.
And then she takes a train.
Yeah.
There's no train. Del Rey is like 10 minutes
You
from
just
Palm
said she's
Beach.
taking
I'm taking a train to Miami.
See,
I feel
Sam,
like this trip is
Sam,
not
keep
even
trying to
happening.
defend her, and do you see what happens?
Yeah.
There's no, because the
digging
story is so
herself.
disjointed.
Yeah.
It's like she has a story, and then she cuts it into 1,000 pieces, and you have to
Erica,
put it
do you have
together.
any extra tickets?
Yeah. So, with that said,
Thank you,
for
Marquita.
Jeff, Tori, headed to Florida, my girl. My girl, Sam. I'm giving you a salute back. We're both in our army green.
Yes, I
To
love
our-
your shirt, by the
To
way.
our night owls, we love y'all. Love doing the show. Thank you for continuing to
Love you
support. Make sure to
guys.
check out Erica Mañana live, and make sure to continue to like, comment,
Accidentally
and subscribe.
informed.
Yes. All right. Well, I was doing our pitch, but yell through it, so no one gets a pitch. All right, y'all. Bye.